A hero's welcome for Ibrahim Rasool. People here say he served with dignity and represented the country with pride. Relations between the US and South Africa have been strained, with the Trump administration issuing an executive order withdrawing all aid to the country, citing the country's expropriation of land from white South Africans. That is inaccurate, as the majority of the land is still owned by the white minority.
Ibrahim Rasool returned to Washington in December. 2 weeks ago, he addressed the webinar on US-South Africa relations and made a critical analysis on the state of the US and geopolitics. Hours later, the US Secretary of State declared Rasool a persona non grata and expelled him.
Supporters here say the real reason the US is targeting the country is because of South Africa's genocide case against Israel at the ICJ for its war in Gaza. There are claims that the US is trying to force South Africa into withdrawing.
So you know how we criticize, most South Africans criticize AfriForum, Solidarity and all those guys when they went to the United States of America and spoke badly about South Africa. And the other person that has done exactly the same thing, and I don't think he's been hauled on the hot coals as the likes of AfriForum and Solidarity, is Ebrahim Rasool, the former ambassador of South Africa to the United States. And what he did there, and it was so disappointing to say the least, that when he came back, people were giving him a hero's welcome. Not understanding that considering the relationship between South Africa and America, where the relationship is, and that America has put us, South Africa, on their crosshair, so to speak. And then Ibrahim Rasool goes and becomes reckless and speaks negatively about America and their president Donald Trump, and subsequently he was expelled. And what he missed, what he didn't understand, is that the implication of that, especially not only the aid when it comes to the HIV thing, the PEPFAR funding that we South Africa used to get, but also particularly the US markets under the agreement of AGOA, that is at risk, considering how many people are employed because of that relationship, because of that trade agreement that South Africa and the United States have signed many years ago. So he went and did something that is counterintuitive, exactly what the likes of AfriForum and the other guys did. What they did, they didn't realize the implication of that will affect ordinary South Africans on the ground because of their utterances, the things that they said in America. So Ibrahim Rasool is joining the club of the likes of AfriForum and Solidarity in putting South Africa in a bad light. And him being a diplomat, he needed to be discerning. He needed to apply his mind. He needed to. He's a seasoned politician. He's a diplomat. You are a host in somebody's country. It's like you being a host in somebody's house and misbehaving. So anyway, I want us to check out this video of President Thabo Mbeki just schooling Ibrahim Rasool how to be an ambassador. So I call this Ambassadorship 101, as taught by former President Thabo Mbeki. Let's check it out.
An ambassador is a representative of the head of state to another head of state. That's what an ambassador does. They are so important, these people, that sometimes they carry the title extraordinary and plenipotentiary. So you can see that Ambassador Ndlozi, extraordinary and plenipotentiary. That expression means, here is Ambassador Ndlozi, appointed as our representative in Zimbabwe, as the ambassador to Zimbabwe. As he interacts with the president of Zimbabwe, an issue arises of importance in terms of the relations between the two countries, which requires a policy decision. And the policy isn't there. But the matter of ensuring that we have got these good relations is critically important. Because this ambassador is extraordinary and plenipotentiary, they are allowed actually to take what is a policy position, to commit a whole country to a policy which is created by this ambassador in order to sort out the relations between these two countries. I'm talking about the importance of the post of ambassador. Part of the process of the appointment of an ambassador is President Mbeki says Mbeki Rasool should go to Zimbabwe as our ambassador. That's a request to the President of Zimbabwe, to say to the President of Zimbabwe, I propose to send to you Mbeki Rasool. Will you accept him? And the President of Zimbabwe is perfectly entitled to say no. And the reason for that might very well be because the Zimbabwe embassy here in Pretoria, when they are asked by Harare, who is this Njosi? They report he's a thief. As a consequence of which the ambassador in Zimbabwe, the president in Zimbabwe, will say, no, but how do I talk to a thief? So the appointment is rejected. I'm talking about the importance of this. The ambassador that gets posted is by agreement with the host country. With the host country having made their own assessment that this person of such caliber and quality, that indeed this is a person that the head of state can engage. Because you are an envoy to the head of state. Now you can therefore understand that as such an envoy, you can't go around expressing negative opinions about your host. The diplomatic team here of our diplomatic corps is here. He knows this very well. You can't you get Ambassador Ndlozi, who's an ambassador to South Africa. I'm president. You can't make speeches to say that one doesn't wash. He's smelly. You can't do that. It may be correct. But he can't say that. Because it means from then onwards, there is no way I can talk to him. He ceases to be an ambassador that is respected by this host.